Okay, this is John Robb, another lockdown interview for Underground Shoes. This one with Spizzenergi. Spizz under about 600 different names, probably tell us which trading under at the moment. He's going to talk about his experience of lockdown and 5 cultural items that are getting through these times. Good afternoon, Spizz.
Hello.
So how's the lockdown been for you then?
Well, actually, it's just like every day's a Sunday.
Yeah.
Basically, what the missus is off, she could work from home, and then she likes 3 meals a day. So I've put on a bit of weight. I do all the cooking, and she does. So she's working in the other room now at work, at the office, and my son's in his bedroom, and I do the whenever I try to keep it down to the minimum of twice a week. I go out, get anything we're short of. We had 2 weeks without an Ocado delivery, so I had to do. But I go on the bike so I can keep my distance from people and bring home the bacon.
Are you kind of getting used to this weird life, or?
Well, it's like Christmas and Easter. They're not much different during the holiday periods when it's normally a holiday. So it's pretty much the same without the presents and the cakes and the chocolate, really.
Yeah. And as a musician, has it affected you much?
Well, yes, we've had all our shows. We only had a few shows lined up, but they've obviously fell straight through the floor. And rescheduling them is looking very unlikely to happen, except for maybe the ones we're planning in November. But we won't know until we get to the end of June. I think that we'll know if they will go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be about another year, I think, before we can start.
I would not like to go out there and treat it as normal until they got a vaccine, and that ain't going to happen before 6 months.
No, we'll have to hope for the best. Or good testing and track and testing maybe is one way to get halfway there, but who knows? No one really knows, do they?
Tracker testing? You mean that the app that you have?
The weird app that's a bit awkward on one level, but like
they've got China. That's how they China.
South Korea as well, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah. Well, maybe we don't get an awful lot of choice in this. It's.
Well, there is that. Yeah, there's the choice. Freedom. What's that? I used to remember freedom. It was amazing.
I think that those are times of luxury when you're allowed to have freedom. Yeah, these are strange times to deal with, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also, yeah, including the weight going on. Actually, for the first time, I've dropped a few parts of a kilo downwards after putting on a couple of kilos on. My weight actually dropped for the first time yesterday and today, because I'm a bit of a stats fanatic. I like to keep it how heavy I am, and yeah, you can't go and buy a pair of Primark jeans if you have put a few pounds on.
Yeah. So what's getting you through this then? Obviously, going to shops twice a week, doing the cooking, but what cultural items? What, for instance, you listen to more music or less music at the moment?
Well, I tend to just if I see something on Facebook, I say, "Oh, I haven't heard a record by that," so I just go to YouTube and plug my headphones in and whack the volume up and play something I like. So I've not been bothering with particularly searching through old record collections to find anything. And obviously, I don't really watch television. I have the television on as a background noise and the color source, a light source in the room. But there's been I've got loads of DVDs, but you end up just getting a ping on your phone, and you end up being distracted for a while, and you have to pause the DVD. It's just, what the heck?
Is there any specific bits of music that made you feel better or worse even in this time?
No, the only thing I've had several friends message me saying, "Oh, Spizz, this is your time. You should write some new songs about all this." I said, no one's going to want to hear the bad news of they might be grieving over a relative, and you coming out with this doom-laden song. I've already written all the doom-laden songs I could possibly write. I am the dystopian king.
Yeah, do you think there's definitely an element in our generation, that punk or post-punk period, where people are obsessed by a dystopia, when we had the luxury of writing songs about it, and now it's finally arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, where do we go from here? We can go bring people up, uplift upbeat.
Yeah, well, maybe that's part of the job of a musician as well. Maybe you have to write some upbeat songs even if you don't feel like it.
Yeah. Now, Phil came on. Phil, you've done some writing for your website. You've done some gig reviews. He plays guitar for me. And he phoned me up the other day and he played me a tune and said, because I made a comment about this new dance we're doing in the aisles, in the shopping aisles. He said, yeah, there's going to be a good song, dancing in the aisles and stuff. And but it has to be upbeat. Again, that's what I said to him. It has to be upbeat. So maybe something will come out of it.
Well, I guess the trick of what you always had, you could write upbeat dystopian songs. I mean,
we made Soldier
yeah,
and BT, and it was really not funny song.
no, but it's kind of dark, but also up at the same time, which is a trick, isn't it?
Yeah. Always, light and shade. Always try and contrast stuff. That's the way I've always done things.
So do you find listening to music as an escape, or some people are going back to the records they grew up with to get to a pre-virus time, or you just confronting it head on?
Well, as you know, I have my own radio show on Resonance 104.4 FM in London and online at resonancefm.com every Wednesday. And I've got a new one tomorrow, if this is broadcast before then. And I'm able to choose music. Well, at the moment, I usually let the guest. I try to get you on, get guests into this. We're not allowed to use the studio anymore, so I can't. And to try and do it like this is what I've got to try and learn, really. And maybe I can then drop the interview into the show remotely, like this is happening now. So I get to listen to. Well, at the moment, I'm being my drummer Jeff of 24 years is left. He's retired from the Spizzenergi project, so 24 years he's been with me, and I'll be playing all the songs that I've got recorded with him on my show tomorrow. And it's quite a sad, but it's, as we both discussed and had a laugh and a chat over the phone, we've discovered that it's not the end of the world when you think about what's going on.
Yeah. Certainly the context.
A musician not wanting to play in a band isn't the end of the world. So.
But a lot of people I'm speaking to are changing the way they're making music as well. I mean, obviously, when this is over, it could be, I don't know, end of this year, 2 years, 10 years, no one knows. But a lot of people are now working online. We've been forced online. We'd rather be with human beings. But you can make music online. You consider that, because you've always been quite a sci-fi, kind of geeky, forward-thinking person, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been appealing. But basically, science fiction is that it still has to have a human story in it. It's just the environment in the film or the book is more imaginative than reality. But that's the way I'd like to go always, really.
So would you be able to write songs? Could you write songs online, like quite a lot of people are doing now?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Pete Petrel lives in New Zealand, and we sometimes ping song ideas over just text in messaging. But it's not the same as being in the same room with a musician, and the tones of the guitar ringing around your harmony of your head, and you're able to go different places. Obviously, if that's all you do, if you were a whiz kid with all the equipment, you can actually do that. Wonderful thing. But I'm certainly not set up for that here hour.
I don't know why, but I always thought you would be, in a way. I always thought you were kind of a kind of sci-fi person, or is it just better in literature than in real life?
I've sort of fell out with the digital, projection of the future. I think we've gone. If anything, this has proved that we've gone the wrong path. We went left here and we went right there, and then slowly but surely we're not going the right way at all. I don't think. I would like to be. I'm a Ned Ludd now. I'm sort of anti-technology.
Yeah,
but I can't resist it. It's like the genie's out the bottle, as they say.
Yeah, maybe it needs a tweak back towards.
I think this is refocusing a lot of people having time to contemplate what is important and what isn't.
Yeah, I think the public are, but I'm not sure about the people running the world.
Well, no, they put it all back in the box as it is, because that's what they don't want it to go all green and flowery. They want it to be hard.
Yeah,
but they sit on the top of the box, and we're in the bottom scrubbing around. There's another song for you.
So, have you been? So are you reading much? Are you starting to read that big pile of books you're always trying to get round to reading?
I don't read books.
You're reading
I stopped
anything?
reading books at school.
Yeah.
1984 was I read at school,
Yeah.
and then I didn't read it.
Well, that was
I read articles.
Hey?
I read magazines. I read articles. Got long Guardian articles on the internet, and so I do read. I just don't read novels and things like that.
So
I've got a mountain of autobiographies that the missus went through a period of just reading autobiographies. She said they're all fantastic, and I should read one in order to prepare myself for writing one. But I don't write it. I just speak it on the radio.
Easier.
Right, yeah.
So what kind of article? You changed the kind of articles you're reading. Have you become a news hound? Looking for every.
I was a news junkie when I first moved to London. LBC. I used to have that on to go to bed on, in the background and drift. I couldn't sleep in silence. I like noise. I'm an urbanite. I like city. I moved away from. My parents moved away from Birmingham as far as they could to the countryside, and then as soon as I was 18, I moved back into the city.
Yeah.
When I go abroad, I go to a city. I don't go to a beach. I'm not a beach person.
No, I'm the same. Yeah, I like cities. I mean, have you found that you read a lot of stuff about the virus, or are you just trying to shut it out and read other stuff?
No, I think there's I've read virtually possibly every conspiracy story around it, and I think there is something smelly. But a virus is a virus, wherever it came from, whether it was synthesized or was a natural mutation, it still is doing what it's doing.
This virus is about twice every century. I mean, I think they've been
graph where the actual number of deaths to an ordinary heavy flu epidemic is not much different. It's just that the way it kills you is really vicious. I think I got it, I'll be gone. Mate, I got chest and age.
Okay, I thought you were a very robust 40-year-old. So have you been? Are you watching many films? You don't watch TV, but are you watching films? Or
oh yeah, I flick through the channel, and if I see a film that I haven't seen for a long time, I'll stay with it and watch it. Yeah.
So what kind of films you watch? Are you tending to watch dystopian, dark sci-fi films, or you just go through loads of comedies?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was on the other day.
Happy ending films.
Happy ending film. Yeah, a bit of fantasy involved, a bit of science. The Indiana Jones films have been on. They're so well made. They're watchable, even if you've seen them a few times. Obviously, with children, I grew up with showing children's. I love Tron. Tron was a great film. Then I've got the box set of them. The two films they made of Tron. And I've got the Matrix box set. And someone here in Scotland, because I posted loads of jokes on the first few days of all this one-liner. I like one-liner jokes, off the internet. I found loads that I'd never heard before, so I posted them. I had loads of people laughing, a lot of people groaning. But he said I made him so happy he wanted to send me this box set of the TV series. I haven't dare open it yet.
That's the remake, though. It's not the original.
No. It's it says on the back. It's the one. It's the one.
Oh, the 1975 series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, I remember it vividly. It really was quite disturbing because he saw that man holding his head.
It's really disturbing, but who'd ever thought that a virus would close the whole world down like that series?
Well, it's photos from people showing London like a couple of weeks before it started, the lockdown, and a couple of weeks after. It's clear as day out there, the sky, and crystal clear with the sunshine we've had. And it just shows that life's better without capitalism.
And really weird fresh air as well.
Yeah, well, it's good for my lungs, yeah.
Yeah. So how much you personally changed? Do you feel different, or do you feel vindicated because everything you were kind of saying for years actually came true?
I can't run around the streets going, "Hey, I told you so." Yeah, it's not funny when it is. Yeah, you have to laugh at the way you go. Absolutely, but I really hate to be like my age when I started writing songs.
Yeah,
you know, between 21 now, I would just do my head in really bad. I really hope kids are getting through it all right. But we didn't have PlayStations and computer games. We had Lego.
Well, someone was saying the other day, if this was 20 years ago, all we'd have was a phone, and we'd just be stuck in on our own, a lot of people, with a phone, trying to think of somebody to phone up. Whereas now, at least we've got all this technology, which, whether you like it or not, is making this process slightly easier to get through, isn't it?
Sure, yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I was just thinking about that idea, like when punk came along, for people like me and you, it was life-changing. This is definitely a life-changing thing now. It's like, you kind of, I'm already doing that thing where you think pre-virus, post-virus. Is it?
Yeah,
that's like that as well?
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, you know, we're kind of older gentlemen now. You know, we're somewhere around 60 mark. I mean, can we change? Do our lives change as well? Is this defining in our lives, or are we already set for the last lap?
I'm pretty glad that I am this age when it's happened. You know, like I said, I didn't like to be a 21-year-old when this had happened. But you know, we had the oil crisis. We had Beirut, IRA bombs. We had you know, the Black September group, the Red Army faction, the Baader Huff. You know, there was always we had bombs going off all over the UK.
Yeah,
you couldn't see them coming either. You know,
everyone thought the nuclear war was about to happen, didn't they? That was the
yeah. I had terrible nightmares during the early Thatcher Reagan years when they were with, you know, mushroom clouds in my dreams, like in Terminator. You know.
And it kind of I think it made us go and do things instead of thinking, let's do it tomorrow. So I'm sure the 18-year-old Spizz, I think you were at Art College of Birmingham, if I remember, you thought, sod it, I'm just going to make music. It doesn't matter if I don't make a career out of it, because the world's going to end next week anyway.
Yeah, well, I basically was a bit of a loose end, but I wanted to design record sleeves. So that's why I went to Art College. And because I was a third son, they didn't really care what I got up to, because they made sure that my eldest brother got into a sensible apprenticeship. My other brother joined the police force. And then I went to art college because I could draw, and I was good at drawing. I wanted to design record sleeves. And I saw, through my reading of enemies and music melody makers, I saw all these interviews by my heroes of the time. And they all went to art school, where David Bowie, Ray Davies, Brian Ferry, Brian Eno, Ray Davies, they all went to art school. And that's how you get in a band. And then punk. Yeah.
I'm just wondering now, you know, when we get to the side of virus, there'll be a generation of people going, you know what, I'm just going to do it, because there could be another virus next week. You know, there's no point in sitting around. Just get on.
Well, that's what happened. See, I was expected to finish college, do a BA course, and then I thought, well, where do I go from there? Because, you know, times were changing, and the punk happened, and so yeah, there was no career plan mapped out like maybe a band today would have, with a managing agent and stuff, all going, and this is what you're going to wear. We never had that. We just did it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this will change that kind of thing. You know, will everything go very grassrootsy, DIY, taking risks? Because
maybe.
Who could plan a career when there's a pandemic around the corner?
No, right. I mean, you know, they're comparing this one obviously to the 1918 one, but who's to say we won't get one in 2 years' time? You know, he said, jollily.
Well, they're out there. It's just hoping they don't jump species. That's the that's where the smart thinking has to come in, and we have to be a little bit more careful with the way we treat the environment and we treat animals. And you know, we have to do all those things that we used to talk about in fanzines in the late 70s. So you talk about comedy getting you through before, and you know, like the love of comedy. I mean, what other comedians getting you through this, or are you the comedian?
Yeah, I mean, because Peter Kay, he's got funny bones, as they say, and they're very clever. They make these compilations of all his work, so he's still like appearing like he's still around, but he's really not doing it anymore, is he? And it's I like Lee Mack on Would I Lie to You? I think he's very good, but it's a great chemistry between all three. The presenter Bryden and the beardy one, what's he called? He's married to that poker gay lady. Anyway, you know who I mean.
Not Mitchell.
Mitchell, that's it. Mitchell and Webb. He's from here. Yeah, so comedy is always great. And there's plenty of that on comedy late night TV.
Yeah, yeah. So is there any other cultural items getting you through all that? I mean, that's pretty well covered most of the bases, but
well, I've got me t-shirt business.
You've been creative, yeah. Make it special.
Glenn Matlock rang me the other day because he saw that I've been posting my t-shirt sales because we're now all t-shirt sellers and selling online. And he just asked for advice how to go about it, and I told him. And he's only yesterday he's had pictures of all his t-shirts and prices on his Facebook.
Yeah.
So it's all my fault. You start getting mail messages. So there's that, and I've got my skills still to paint and draw, and it's one of my.
Oh yes.
Tank. See,
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. A golden tank.
Yeah. So actually,
the
culture's actually getting you through this is your creativity then.
Yeah, I make stuff. People. I sold about 20 of these over Christmas.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. You should have a little face mask. You should have a little face mask on it. You should make Spizz face masks.
Well, I am one.
You brought your own. Yeah. Okay. That's what's that there? You have one already. Excellent.
Yeah, they've got the. I took the Spike Milligan one. The famous quote on his gravestone.
I told you I was.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've even credited him. Look, see. So I'm equipped.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready for the apocalypse. Yeah. Well, that's all the stuff I need because it's a piece about culture and lockdown.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you do. We create, do stuff, make stuff.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, yeah. People either buy it or wait for someone else to make it. Yeah. So, well, thanks for your time there, Spizz.
Lovely. Good. Yeah.
Hopefully I'll see you on the other side. Yeah. All right. See ya.
All right. Bye.